Hello everyone. Today, I want to talk about going to the supermarket. Going to the supermarket is a normal part of life, but it is also a very useful activity for learning English. In this listening practice, I will walk you through a full supermarket experience step by step. Let's begin. Every week, I make a shopping list before going to the supermarket. This list helps me remember what I need and saves time. Usually, I write things like milk, bread, eggs, rice, vegetables, and fruits. Sometimes, I also check what we already have at home. For example, if we still have enough rice or oil, I don't buy more. This helps me save money. I usually go to the supermarket in the morning. At that time, it is quieter, and I can shop more comfortably. When I arrive at the supermarket, I take a shopping cart. If I only need a few items, I take a basket instead. As I enter the supermarket, I often see many different sections. Each section has a specific type of product. First, I go to the fruit and vegetable section. This is one of my favorite parts of the supermarket. There are many colorful fruits and vegetables. I see apples, bananas, oranges, grapes, and sometimes mangoes. I also see vegetables like tomatoes, onions, potatoes, carrots, cucumbers, and peppers. I always try to choose fresh items. I look at the color, the size, and the condition. If something looks old or damaged, I don't buy it. Sometimes, I compare prices. For example, one type of apple may be cheaper than another. I try to choose a good balance between price and quality. After that, I move to the dairy section. Here, I can find milk, yogurt, butter, and cheese. My children like yogurt, so I usually buy several cups. I also check the expiration date to make sure the products are fresh. Next, I go to the bakery section. This section smells very nice because of fresh bread. I usually buy bread, and sometimes I also buy cakes or biscuits. Fresh bread is very important in our daily meals. Then, I go to the meat section. Here, I can find chicken, beef, and sometimes fish. I always check the packaging and the date. Fresh meat is very important for health. Sometimes, I ask the staff for help if I am not sure about something. After that, I go to the frozen food section. Frozen food can be very helpful when I don't have time to cook. For example, frozen vegetables or ready meals can save time. Next, I visit the drinks section. Here, I can find water, juice, tea, and soft drinks. I usually buy water and juice. Sometimes, I also buy soft drinks for special occasions. Then, I go to the snacks section. This is my children's favorite part. I buy chips, chocolate, and sometimes cookies. However, I try not to buy too many snacks because they are not always healthy. After that, I check my shopping list again. This is very important. Sometimes, I forget something, so I go back and get it. When I finish shopping, I go to the cashier. There are usually several lines, and I choose one. Sometimes, I have to wait. While waiting, I look at the small items near the cashier. There are usually candies, gum, and small snacks. When it is my turn, the cashier scans all my items. The total price appears on the screen. Sometimes, the price is higher than I expected, so I need to be careful with my budget. Then, I pay. I can pay with cash or by card. After paying, I pack my items into bags. Some supermarkets provide bags, and sometimes I bring my own bags. Then, I leave the supermarket and go home. At home, I put the food in the right places. For example, milk and meat go into the refrigerator. Dry food like rice and pasta goes into the cabinets. Organizing the food is also important because it helps keep everything fresh and easy to find. Going to the supermarket is not only about buying food. It is also about planning, choosing, and managing money. It also teaches us responsibility. If you are learning English, you can use this experience to learn new words and expressions. For example, you can learn words like cart, cashier, receipt, discount, and fresh. You can also practice simple sentences like, I need to buy milk. Where can I find bread? Quote, how much is this? If you go to a real supermarket where people speak English, you can practice speaking as well. Even if you don't speak, just listening to others can help you improve your English. You can also watch videos about supermarkets in English or listen to conversations. Practice is the key to improvement. Try to repeat sentences after listening. You can pause the audio and speak out loud. This will help you improve both your listening and speaking skills. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to practice regularly. Little by little, your English will improve. Thank you for listening.